told before to check the testicles. And also changes because I'm telling you to check the testicles. As Philly said earlier and in the video, checking your testicles once a month is all you need to do after a bath or a shower. When the scrotum is more relaxed and you check it for lumps and bumps or anything out of the ordinary. You lads know your bodies better than anybody else. So you really do need to get familiar with your testicles, and anything that changes whatsoever, you need to do something about it and man up. You need to tell somebody, whether it be your girlfriend, your mum, your dad, whoever it is, your school teacher, you need to tell somebody. Or even just make a doctor's appointment yourself and get to there and get yourself checked out. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happened to me last year. In August of last year, world was my oyster. I was young, fit, athletic, good job, nice car. Couldn't ask for anything more out of life, and overnight my life just changed for the worse. On the 1st of August last year, I was getting in bed at night. I got unchanged and got in bed, put the TV on, and I checked my testicle, and I found a little lump on my right testicle. Didn't think anything of it whatsoever. The testicular cancer never even come into my head. I'd heard of it, but I didn't know anything about it. So I went to bed as normal, went to sleep, and I got up the next day, and my girlfriend texted me to say, "You booked a doctor's appointment." It's no point, it'll be fine. I'm a man, don't worry about it, be nothing. So anyway, I thought about it, and I booked in the doctor's. I went into the doctor, and I sat me down, and he said, I've come, I found a little lump on my right testicle on the underside of it. He said, "Okay then, come on, let's have a check." So he checked me out, we went behind the curtain, pants around your ankles as you do. And he was I'll never forget, he was and ahhing as he was checking my testicles, and I thought, he either fancies me, or he's found something. But it wasn't that he fancied me. So he sat me down, he said, "Ryan," he said, "it's abnormal." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, it doesn't look good, it doesn't look right, there's something wrong." "What is it?" He said, "You've got cancer." I said, "Hey?" I said, "Cancer? Me?" I said, "I'm 26 years old, I can't have cancer." I said, "I'm young, fit, athletic, you name it." So anyway, I said, "How sure are you?" He said, "I'm 99% sure." He said, "Well, what we're going to do, we're going to refer you for some blood tests, some scans, and you're going to go for an ultrasound, as you've seen in the film before, where you have the jelly on your testicles." So the first thing I went was for the ultrasound, where they found a lump, as I found myself. There was 12 millimetres inside. It was a hard lump, a bit like a stone that you'd find on the floor outside. It was all it was. And they said, "We're going to wait for the blood test results to come back." And when they come back, I went to the hospital with my parents, and they said, "It isn't good news, it is cancer." They said, "It is the worst one of the cancer." He said, "But we can treat you." He said that basically the consultant said that in a normal man, tumour markers are around 150 in a blood test. Mine were over 14,000. Lance Armstrong, I think, was over 40,000. That gives them an indication that something wrong is going on in my body. So we needed to get to the bottom of it. After further tests and scans and stuff like that, they'd found that my cancer had also travelled from my testicles into my lymph nodes in my back, and also into my stomach. I had tumours also. So my survival rate went down. But I was still determined and positive to kick cancer in the nuts. So then they said to me that I'm going to have to go through all the chemotherapy. So they booked me staying at the Clatterbridge Cancer Centre, where Philly is on here. And I had months in hospital battling cancer whilst trying to remain positive. And a couple of things got me through it, really. The help and support that Checkham lads give me, my girlfriend, my parents, and all my friends. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I took it as I'm going to beat it rather than let it get me down. Because as if you've not got enough of a big battle to face without getting yourself down. So I tried to stay on the up, and I got 19 of my friends to all do a number note and shave the head. And some of them had long hair like Philly, and some of the other lads, and they all did it for me, and we raised nearly £4,000 for cancer to try and put into research to help him beat cancers. So we remained upbeat about it, and the toughest thing for me was the chemotherapy. It absolutely knocked me for 6. Nearly killed me, the chemotherapy. It was that bad. It is one of the toughest treatments for testicular cancer, and that reason being is because caught early, you can cure testicular cancer. And that's why me and Philly can't stress enough how important it is to check your testicles once a month. If you catch it early, you've got a 95% chance of surviving it. When it starts travelling, the further along it gets, it starts making its way around the body, because TC spreads, testicular cancer spreads like wildfire, and it goes through your body, as did with me and with Philly. Lance Armstrong left it. He thought, the world's my oyster, I'm winning Tour de France, and he left it. He's a walking miracle, Lance Armstrong, and they don't know he kept him alive. Same with John Hartson, the football player. Anyone know John Hartson, the Welsh international? He also, earning £60,000 a week, world was his oyster. Found something down there, but ignored it. He said, I've got a lovely house, I'm earning lots of money, I'm on telly. Won't be cancer, it'll be nothing. He also very nearly lost his life. Another young lad at the moment, the Newcastle player, Jonas Gutierrez, anybody know him? Battling testicular cancer as we speak, just finishing his treatment. And there is others, but cancer does not discriminate. Somebody in this room could get it. God forbid, but it could happen. As Philly said, 2,400 men a year are diagnosed with this terrible, horrendous disease. We're here to try and make you aware, to check your testicles all the time, once a month, whenever you can, to check them. Because if caught early, it's very, very survivable. Does anybody have any questions on anything that I've spoken about?
How many people around about our age get diagnosed with cancer?
You're in the age bracket. Like Philly said earlier, white men are more likely to get it. Maybe out of 2,400, 2,350 will predominantly be white. But it can happen. Cancer does not discriminate. I never thought I could get it at 26 years old, and it got me. If it can get me, it can get anybody. That's what we say.